The bride's shadow. In the heart of the lush African countryside, where the hills roll like sleeping giants and the moon shines brighter than the city lights, there lived a young woman named Lolo. She was known far and wide for her beauty, skin like polished bronze, eyes deep as midnight, and hair braided with tiny cowries that shimmered under the sun. When she married Jiro, the village blacksmith, it was said the entire earth celebrated. Drums beat all night. The air was filled with roasted goat and palm wine, and every villager whispered, "This union is blessed." But blessings, as the elders say, sometimes carry curses in disguise. On the very first night in her husband's homestead, Lolo awoke to find the fire in the hearth had gone out. She turned to Jiro's side of the bed. He was sound asleep, but when she looked at the wall, she froze. Her shadow was not still. It moved on its own, stretching long and thin, crawling across the wall like smoke. It lifted its head, cocked it to one side, and then grinned. Before Lolo could scream, the shadow slipped out through the doorway and was gone. When she told Jiro in the morning, he laughed, blaming it on wedding jitters. But that night, and the nights after, the shadow returned. Sometimes it left to wander. Sometimes it loomed over Jiro, whispering words Lolo could not hear. Within weeks, whispers spread through the village. Women said they saw Lolo's figure at the river at midnight, laughing with strange men. Old traders swore she had been in the marketplace at dawn, bargaining loudly. Though she was still at home asleep beside her husband, Jiro, confused and shamed, began to doubt. "Lolo," he said one evening, "are you keeping secrets from me?" Her heart broke. She tried to explain, but how could she? Who would believe a woman whose shadow betrayed her? The rumors soon turned darker. A man was found dead by the river, his chest pressed with black handprints. A farmer's goats were discovered slaughtered in their pen, their eyes wide with terror. And each time, someone claimed they saw Lolo's form in the distance. Her friends began to avoid her. Mothers pulled their children away when she walked by. Even her in-laws, who once praised her, now looked at her with suspicion. Jiro, torn between love and doubt, began to watch her secretly. But one night, he woke to see the shadow standing at the door, staring at him, its grin wide, its fingers twitching like claws. And when he looked to Lolo's side of the bed, she was fast asleep. That was when he realized. She was innocent, but something dark lived within her. Desperate, Jiro took Lolo to the oldest elder, Mzee Baraka, a man said to know the language of spirits. He studied Lolo's shadow under the moonlight. His face paled. "This is no ordinary curse," he whispered. "Your shadow has been bound to another's will. Someone has taken part of your essence and twisted it. Unless broken, it will consume your soul and replace you." Lolo trembled. "Who would do this to me?" The elder shook his head. "Think. Who envies your beauty? Who despises your happiness? The shadow always belongs to the heart of your enemy." Lolo thought hard, and then she remembered. Her cousin Nara, who once loved Jiro before he chose Lolo. Nara had refused to attend the wedding, claiming illness. People whispered she visited witches across the hills. That night, the shadow returned, stronger than before. Its eyes glowed red, and when it moved, Lolo felt her body weaken, as though her very life was being drained. Through cracked lips, she begged Jiro, "Take me to Nara." "It's her." They journeyed by torchlight to Nara's hut at the edge of the forest. The moment they entered, the fire went out. A voice, smooth and mocking, filled the dark. "You stole the life I wanted, cousin." "So I stole yours." The shadow slipped from Lolo's body and ran to Nara, wrapping around her like a cloak. Lolo collapsed to the ground, gasping. Nara's face twisted with triumph. Now, cousin, the village will see your true self. A liar, a murderer, a whore. But Jiro, enraged, struck the floor with his blacksmith's hammer. Sparks flew, and Mazibaraka's words returned to him. The shadow belongs to the enemy's heart. He turned to Lolo. Fight her! Not with your body, but with your spirit. Summoning her last strength, Lolo rose. She faced Nara and shouted, "This life is mine! My shadow belongs to me!" Her voice cracked like thunder. The shadow writhed, torn between the two women. Nara screamed as black smoke poured from her mouth. The hut shook, the ground split, and with one final cry, the shadow was ripped away, sucked screaming into the earth. Nara fell lifeless. Lolo's shadow returned to her feet, trembling, smaller, obedient once more. The village woke to the news of Nara's death. Whispers spread again, but this time they spoke of Lolo's courage. The elder declared the curse broken. Yet Lolo would never forget. Sometimes at night she caught her shadow staring just a moment too long. And when she turned away, she swore she could hear a faint whisper in the dark. I will return. If you want more tales rooted in African myth, folklore, and mystery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.